Interesting programming stuff and services.
See, Jester. Hello? 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 You can't get through? You cannot get through? Oh, let me tell Jester. I think Jester can hear me. Jester, Kenro said she's calling and the phone is, nobody's picking up. Is it? Hold on. Jester. Kenro is calling, but he said the phone is not ringing. Oh, it's ringing and nobody's picking up.
Holding space just for you.
Okay, so let me tell you what to do. Call for Kenro's from your phone, put it close to the mic and let her pray. And then we'll work on the phone.
What's your number? I don't know a number.
Okay.
Yeah, give me your number.
It is 534 1310.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Okay, folks. So we're trying to link up.
take I see you.
Are you getting through? Only two?
Looking at me.
Jester,
Hey.
no one is hearing on the live. Are you still using your phone?
Yeah, still
Okay,
using the
that's
phone.
why. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just say I got to cut off. Okay, folks, let us apologize for this. I think we're having problem with the phone.
Yes, right.
No, because your phone, once you're using your phone, they wouldn't hear. Unless you put it on number 4, which is the phone. But the go is in.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
you can play
what
our
are
theme
you
song for the moment. I'm not sure. Let us know if you're hearing us, please. You let them know if they're hearing you. Play it and let's see. Hold on if anybody's hearing you first. SBW, are you hearing us? Mm-hmm. 1189. Togo is in the system. Oh, it's working now. Okay. So hang up. So let's see if anybody's hearing you now, Jesse. Okay, so it says they're hearing me clearly, but they're not hearing you. They're not hearing you clearly. I think Dugo is working on that in the background. And there's an echo again, Jesse. So maybe you should turn off your other mic in the background. So Dugo is working on it as we speak. Go ahead, Jester. Give us some music.
I know he did. I know he did.
We're in the zone, voices calm, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. I'll take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon. We're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home. It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health, it matters most, so come in close and raise a toast. To the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. We got your back, you've got our word. Oh, take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon. We're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home. We laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and light. You've got a place right here to stay. So take 5 and heal today. Take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon. We're holding space.
Jester, speak again.
Take a breath, take your time. We're here to...
Oh yes, so it's a lovely Tuesday morning, except that we are having rain, and why not? So we are just so grateful for the rain. I can't stop making mention of that, Claire, knowing that the sunshine we was having for the past few months, weeks, and days. So I'm so grateful to the Almighty because we definitely need the rain. The farmers must be smiling at this time, Claire.
Yeah,
A number of
everybody's
people,
smiling.
yeah, a number of people that
Oh no,
prepared for planting, so the farms are
our yeah,
properly. Yeah.
our program
So
is not working on YouTube this morning. I don't know what to tell them. If you have
yeah,
Facebook, get onto Facebook because I think YouTube is having a problem. It's not us; it is
oh,
YouTube, I think. So you
so
can
folks,
check us out on Facebook and spread the word, please. That we are on.
okay, so it's Facebook. I mean, it's YouTube that is having the problem.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
So
So
I think
also,
let's see. It's good now. Check and see. Or good text says YouTube is good now. So Carol, check on YouTube and see. SBW, check on YouTube and see if we are on. So just well, let's just go into our good mornings right now, because
Yeah,
we are going to be short because someone is coming on, and we
yeah.
just want to make sure that everybody is fine.
As usual, you take the lead.
I don't know if I have a lead this morning. Let's say good morning to JG. We have no volume. Tell Dugo we have no volume now.
He might be there following.
Yeah.
Volume. Wow. One is
I'm
not
telling
one.
technology is going to kill us,
One is not one thing, is another.
Yes, yes. So let
So
us know if you're hearing, because we're working on it.
no volume. All my things are up.
Okay, it's working now. Okay, tell
Okay.
Dugo it's working now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dugo.
And thanks, Carol. You see, I love when my peeps keep on top of things. They let
Yeah,
us know what's going on.
great,
So
great.
as I say, good morning to Faithlin Hallie Douglas. Good morning to JG. Good morning, coffee in the morning. Bernadette Abraham. Top of the morning to you, Daphne Date and family in Toronto. Hill Street people. Olavachi, good morning. Lorna Bain. Chance the Gamer 97. Good morning to you. Good morning to Nicholas Snag. Pat Pay and family. William Pay out there in Toronto. SBW. Buddy out there in London. Kathleen Ledlow. Royal Charles Alexander. Antonia Francois. Gloria Francois. Good morning to your wifey, Aito Dubois. Good morning to Ted. Good morning to Aito himself. Justin Tutman. Wendy in Toronto. Good morning to the university under the
Cashew tree.
tree. Good morning, Carol Belfon. Shetty Belfon. Nikki Sylvester. Good morning to the Elite Warriors. Hope all is well. Good morning to Annie. Hope you're enjoying Spice Country. And last but not least, good morning to you, Jester. And how are you?
Good morning to you, Claire. That troublesome little lady.
Don't
Well,
call me later.
you would have touched on so much that I usually say morning to and in the interest of time. So let me touch on who you didn't mention actually. Leslie Nicholas and his wife, Gordon Bush's Richardson, Andy Moose Bartholomew, the Gleans family out there in Boston. I hope you got a chance to go and look at some football in Gillette Stadium in Boston. Claire, I have been to this stadium, yeah. Who else coming back at home? Celia Robinson and family. Good morning to you. Good morning to Claire out there in Maho. Good morning to Miss Patricia Bissessa. Good morning to Miss Gladys out there in Maddy's. Michelle, that's Godchild out there in River Sally. Good morning to you. Trisha out there in St. David's. Good morning. Who else did I miss out? My deepest
Did you say good
apology.
morning to Godchild?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. So that's about it for me when it comes to the shout ups. Claire, so congratulations to the New York Knicks and the fans for capturing the third championship. You know, the last would have won some 53 years ago. That was in the end 73. And they won the final game on the Spurs home court. So
I
congratulations,
know.
New York Knicks, man.
It's nice when you go to somebody else's place and just take the championship, eh?
Yeah.
Very
But
nice.
I mean, I really believe that the coach and the players themselves of the San Antonio Spurs really must be digging themselves now to be leading in a game by some 29 points and still come back and lose. It's really not easy, you know, in an NBA finals. You
Well, you're
know,
acting as though it's them alone not playing.
yeah.
Well, I don't understand you.
It's really not easy. And even in the last game again, they was leading by some 16 points. The only time the New York Knicks came and started having a lead in the game from the time it started was in the fourth quarter. So I'm telling you, so Spurs they really have themselves to really dig it. But at the same time, congratulations to New York Knicks, man.
Yes,
Fans,
yes.
yeah. Spurs had luck. Maybe a turn might come next year, God's willing. Got a lot of World Cup football, girl. Oh, I'm telling you, it's only just about how much 6 days, and I feel almost like a 5 month pregnant with football inside.
Mm.
So in the early days, lots of football. I've been taking on quite a lot of it, and the thing is, all them teams and them are giving a really good account of themselves. Yeah. So, and I believe that maybe the winner of that outcome, or that might be reaching at the top of the World Cup this year to win it, might be an element of surprise.
You think so?
It could very well be. Could very well be. You just never know. Trust me. Than the usual big names. But I must say I'm a Brazilian. The last strand I hear on me, Mac Brazil. For a number of reasons, and we have some records there. It's kind of good still. We have won the most 5 World Cup titles. We produced the greatest player of all times. That's Pele. Brazil is the only team to appear in every World Cup final from the
Hold
time
on.
it's.
Did you say we?
Yeah, I see we. Yeah, we are back in Brazil.
Are you Brazilian?
Well, if I tell you I'm back in Brazil and I use we, then you should understand.
Oh, whatever.
I don't think that's difficult to understand.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. So.
Yep. So I think we are on, and we also have our guests on.
Yes, I saw her for a
I
moment.
think she came up and she just disappeared again. Come on. So today, Jester.
Yes, I'm seeing her there.
And she's cleaning her lens. Good morning.
It's a pretty smile.
I'm trying to the phone because I don't have a phone stand, so it's not
Okay.
So Claire, at this stage, I'll leave you to do the honors. It's my pleasure to let you do the honors.
As in everyone, we are Take 5, your mental health program. And today we have a guest in the name of Nicola Thomas. She is a nurse, and she's also the 2026 Grenada Carnival Queen delegate from the parish, the big parish of St. Andrew. Good morning to you, Nicole, and how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing quite fine, thank you. How are you?
We are good. I am good. I don't know about him.
Good morning to you, Nicola. What part of St. Andrew, though?
When you hear St. Andrew, for the best place. Once you're the best place, it already reflects itself.
So you don't want to let us know exactly which part of St. Andrew?
Maybe Granborough?
No. It already reflects itself at best.
Okay.
Dougal, there's an echo.
Hear the name Paradise, you think about somewhere.
Oh, Paradise.
Oh, Paradise. Oh.
Well, it is almost paradise.
Yeah.
It's not full. Almost paradise.
Yeah, Paradise have been becoming more and more pronounced, I should say, if you ask me. Ever since the existence of Paradise football team, they came on the scene in 1998, and Claire, from the time they came on the scene, they've been having quite a bit of success in football in Grenada. They actually have become a household name in Grenada's football. That's for sure. Yeah. So she's from that area.
Yes.
Paradise. Yeah. Great.
Nicola, can you adjust yourself on the camera? I'm seeing you way far inside. Adjust your phone or something.
She did say that she don't have a stand, Claire. So,
she doesn't have a stand. I didn't hear that. Okay, then that's fine.
Difficult to.
So today, We have been talking about polycystic ovary syndrome, which is PCOS. It's an important hormonal condition affecting many women. And so, Nicola, you're going to join us and tell us exactly what it is about. Because I saw your post on June 8th when your chit chat with Lime session on
Yeah.
women's hormonal health. It sounded really great. So, tell us what's going on with PCOS.
So PCOS, which is stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome, but recently they had changed the name due to research and misleading information in regards to the condition. So they had renamed it to PMOS, which is polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome now. So it's a when you hear the word PCOS, you're thinking about a hormonal imbalance that affects our endocrine system, our metabolic system. It deals with inflammation and our neurological system.
Okay. So, it's from PCOS now to PMOS.
Yes.
Right.
The name had recently rechanged, like probably a few weeks ago or a month ago.
Okay. Now, when you talk about poly, what does
Yeah.
that mean? So let me ask you the question. Is cystic ovary the same
Um,
as polycystic ovary?
so in regards to peace now, most time the misinformation was that a cyst on your ovary, but it's not really the cyst. Well, hence the reason why the rename come about with polyendocrine metabolic syndrome, because the study has moved forward to is no longer a cyst you're identifying for you to be diagnosed with it. It's follicles, and the follicles tend to be there are different categories of follicles. So if you could identify follicles around the ovaries, or once there is more than 20 follicles noted in the ovaries, then you could be diagnosed with it. There is another category where your ovaries are overstimulated with more than 20 egg counts. You could possibly diagnose with PCOS, which has recently renamed as PMOS. So, or an increase in androgen levels could also highlight to this.
So it's saying there are three main features of PCOS or PMOS. I have to use the both ones now. So what are
Yeah.
the three the three features?
So the three features is irregular or absent over or period. Thinking about when you have absence of period, it have to be where you have less than 8 menstrual periods per year, or your irregular menstrual imbalance, where you don't have a regular cycle of a period. A regular cycle of a period, which starts at 23 days to 30 days. The ideal days that we most healthcare professionals look at is the 28-day mark. Those things are considered normal menstrual periods. So if your rate or your scale is deferred far away or less than, then we know we're dealing with a hormonal imbalance. That's one of the features. The second features is the sign of excess androgen level. So when we think about androgen level, we think about the male hormones. So we have an increase in testosterone, we have an increase in facial hair, acne, or the thinning of our hair, or the excess growth in our hairs. Those are another categories that identify. The third category is done by a pelvic ultrasound, where they look at the ovary and identify any follicles or any enlargement in the ovaries. So those are the are used to identify or diagnose PCOS or PMOS.
So let's see if we can break down so it's easier to understand.
Yeah.
So go ahead for irregular periods.
So for irregular periods, a normal length of a period goes from 5 to 7 as women. So with PCOS patients or PCOS women, they don't have that experience to say they have a normal cycle. Most times they go months without seeing the period. They go years without seeing the period. And due to the imbalance in the androgen levels, you have, in the medical term, we say those androgen kind of freezes the ovaries. So they don't ovulate as how they're supposed to as normal women. So what tends to happen is that because the ovaries are not or reacting as where they're supposed to release the eggs, and with the estrogen, we have the gush of periods where the lining sheds and stuff. With those things, those are not normal. So they have an absence of period that leads to probably months without seeing the period. Even if they do see the cycle, wouldn't be as a normal cycle where they'll be releasing blood on a 5 day or 10 days. Some will just have the period for just 2 days, maybe less, and go months without seeing it. So those are signs of PCOS or features of PCOS.
And you
So
talk about go ahead.
I just want to ask you one question. Based on what you just explained there, what are the disadvantage or the advantage to somebody that has that kind of cycle?
The disadvantage of the cycle is they becoming inconsistent and prone to diabetes. Yes. But what happens is that when you have PCOS, it doesn't regulate as how it normally would. And it's a long process. If I have to go and explain the anatomy and the pathophysiology of how the insulin is supposed to break down. So in a nutshell, it's like when for a normal person, when we consume carbohydrates, what happens? The pancreas releases insulin, and those things are broken down into glucose, and that's where we get the energy. For PCOS patients, those they are insulin resistant, which means they consume carbohydrates and the body doesn't break it down in the normal way it's supposed to. So we have a buildup of glucose in the bloodstream, which leads them more prone to insulin, prone to diabetes mellitus.
But am I determined here too that sometimes somebody could get pregnant there by chance? It's difficult to plan based on how that person's
Ye-
periodic cycle is, because it's not a definite thing. We look, you know.
ye- And one of as the disadvantage of that too is fertility issue. Women tend to have a lot of fertility issues.
And excess androgens.
Yes. So when we see women of years is due to in their hormone. So we have a lot of breakout in acne on our face, the facial hair, the deepening of our voice because testosterone plays a part with the androgen level as well. So all those are the signs of androgen imbalances.
So some of us that has chest hair on our chin, that is androgen at its best.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, do you see what we women have to go through?
Yes.
Last week we spoke about menopause, perimenopause, and postmenopause. Today we are talking about polycystic ovary, and it's a next level of what we as women have to go through.
Yes, it is. It is
So
a lot.
explain. The term is might be a bit misleading. Polycystic ovaries.
Mhm.
Explain that what it really means to us.
The polycystic well polyendocrine, because when the name had changed, so instead polycystic is now it's polyendocrine. So when you think about the endocrine system, we think about the hypothalamus, which generates or releases luteinizing hormone. And oh gosh, I don't need to use those medical terms, so let me bring it into
Thank you very much,
Layman terms.
Lemon.
so when we think about the endocrine system, we think about our kidneys, our pancreas, and those things that helps with insulin and regulate our body hormones and so forth. So when we hear the polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome, which means our metabolism is affected, because what we have with PCOS, what we tend to have with PCOS women is either they're overweight or they have difficulty eating.
Wow. So they can be anorexic
They could
based
be
on that, or bulimic?
right, or they could be overweight. Most of like most statistics show the overweight persons being overweight,
That's
because
my next.
with overweight now, it tends to have it correlates with the insulin resistance, because your body not burning energy as how it's supposed to, or getting rid of the sugar. So what tends to happen, we store fat because the insulin not working to do those.
In my research, it says that PCOS or PMOS
Mm-hmm.
also linked to other health issues, such as what you just spoke about, weight and obesity. It says up to 50 to 60% of women
Mm-hmm.
with PCOS or POMS have been overweight or obese, which can make symptoms worse,
Yeah,
like insulin resistance. You are the guru that tell us what it does,
with the insulin resistance.
or diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
or it says it can lead to type 2 diabetes
Yeah.
and a mental health impact.
So PCOS, as I mentioned earlier on with the breakdown cycle, because of we are insulin resistant, the body not breaking down the sugar as it's supposed to, then we're prone to insulin not regulating or stimulating as how it's supposed to target those sugar in the body and break it down. So when those things are not happening, we have sugar lingering in our body, prone to type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is another type of diabetes that you could get inherited by birth, or we call adolescence diabetes. Those are young ages. But we're dealing with reproductive age for women. So we're thinking about from age 9 or age 13 and over. Then we could inherit things.
Wow.
So yeah,
So beyond the physical symptoms of PCOS or endocrine, should I say endocrine or PMOS?
endocrine, because
Endocrine. It says it can affect mental health, which women often experience. And it talks about increased anxiety, depression, acne, as you spoke about, hair changes, weight gain, and fertility concerns, body image, distress, and lowered self esteem. That is a lot. So
yeah.
tell us.
So in terms of management wise, so as I said earlier on, um, all those symptoms have links with PCOS. That's to tell you how much women, like how much effects or hormonal imbalance have on we women. In terms of the treatment for um, the increase and the insulin resistance and so forth, diet plays a big factor with those things. So you eating healthy, a balanced diet. So you know a balanced diet consumes of your proteins, your vegetables, your carbs, and your other staples. You need to consume a balanced diet. Regular exercises is crucial in those cases, because it doesn't just helps break down the sugar, but it helps manage your insulin resistance, because your body not breaking down those sugar as it's supposed to. So when you're exercising, it tends to burn those glucose and stuff. With weight management, having a proper creating a diet plan as to how well your weight can be managed is very much important with this. Adequate sleeping is important. It doesn't just deal with the anxiety part that comes with the PCOS condition, but it helps manage stress. It keeps you relaxed. It keeps you in a place where you're most restful, I should say, if this makes any.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. Yes, because I always say to people that you can eat healthy as you possibly can, but movement has to be right there together with it. Because I understand that when you
Yes.
move, everything works fine.
So
Okay.
that's a healthy, like diet wise,
Mm-hmm.
as things we have control, like everyday activities and so forth. So with the pills or medication wise, we do a combination of oral contraceptive pills to help manage those conditions. For the diabetes, we have metformin, which helps with insulin resistance and so forth. We have anti-androgen medications to help with the facial hairs and so forth, which because with the androgen there is a high level of androgen. So when you take an androgen medication, it decreases the androgen levels. And fertility medication, when or if you wish you and your partner wants to proceed and having a child, we go to fertility medication that if you desire to be pregnant. So yeah.
So now, let me ask this question. You're going through all of this. It is a silent something.
Yes.
If you were to talk about it, is there a stigma behind that? Would you be labeled as a barren woman or a woman that is not complete?
Yes, it do have a stigma because in Grenada culture, speaking about reproductive health is still something that's still stigmatized, or women are not feeling comfortable addressing their health issues to others. But if you don't address it, then we don't know what you're dealing with or understand the complication that you're going with. And within my profession, I've seen many women, conquest women, come into the health facilities seeking having symptoms that exhibit hormonal imbalances, but because they're not knowledgeable of it, or we are in as women, we stigmatize it and say, oh, it's normal to have a very bad painful period, every woman goes through it. No, those things are not normal. For you to have a painful period where you're missing out days of work or can't get up from bed to do your daily activities, those are signs of something wrong is happening, right? Also with the stigma behind it, we tend to close up ourselves when speaking of our reproductive issues. A woman might have difficulty bearing a child or probably have different experience where she miscarried and so forth. And she will close in herself in that box and doesn't want to speak to it or seek further advice as to what are the possible signs that this is happening to me. And what we find happening is mental strain behind it. Goes to a depressive mode. She anxious. She all those. What should I say? Mental
All the
strain.
effects. Mhm.
All those that comes along with it. So yes, of most them,
So
especially with
here's my
reproductive.
next question. Can polycystic ovary leads to endometriosis?
Yes, research has said.
And explain what endometriosis means.
So endometriosis is where where tissues within the uterus out of the uterus, and the
Mm.
symptoms that comes with endometriosis is heavy period bleed, painful periods, and I say painful period cramps or pain you experience when you to even stand or go about your daily activities. Um, the criteria for diagnosing endometriosis is same as ultrasound and so forth. But research has shown most women that go through the phase of endometriosis, 75% of women are misdiagnosed or undiagnosed
Is
with
there
the
a reason why they are misdiagnosed or underdiagnosed?
same thing. It goes back to the stigma or they experience symptoms and normalizing their symptoms. So they're having a painful period. Every women have period, and in their head it's like it's probably normal. They don't go to seek further attention by a gynecologist to better understand what symptoms it, what is the severity of the they're having.
Okay, thank you. So you spoke about the mental um, effects that it has on women in your chit chat or the line session. Give us
Yes.
some feedback on it.
So the turnout for the mental awareness and chit chat session that I had in my community was a great turnout. It was mainly directed to men, but also we're discussing men issues and women issues amongst the men so that they for themselves will have a clear understanding as to what women go through is not something that we planned or expected, but is what we body go through. They have to understand themselves. So the it was a great session. Persons turned out, and it was a more intrigued session with persons actually experiencing those symptoms, and they normalized the symptoms, thinking that it was normal for them to have a painful period, or they having menstrual when they're menstruating using over 10 pads a day, which is normal. Those are heavy period bleeds and those things. So the chit chat session was to just create awareness and education surrounding hormonal issues with a focus on hormonal conditions. We mentioned the non-communicable disease, the diabetes, and so forth in my chit chat. We had raised concerns about the PCOS, which was the main ideal focus of it, the endometriosis, the thyroid issues, because thyroid is considered a hormonal imbalance, the menstrual periods, and so forth.
So, what support or resources people have found the most helpful during that chit chat?
To normalize those conversations and have more session like it. So those are the main points that was directed to me. They, especially in the community where primary health care needs to or education needs to be the forefront for persons to understand stuff that is happening to their body. So I think that when we more engage in our community providing education on those basic stuff, persons have a wealth of knowledge in which they can further understand what is happening to them as it relates to their body. And yeah.
So that's the good news. But although there's no cure for polycystic ovaries or PMOS or endocrine,
Mhm.
there are many treatments that can help control that. So tell us
Yeah.
what we can do.
So some of the treatment I mentioned earlier, which is the diet, the exercising, the oral contraceptives, the ultrasounds, the yearly checkup, um, most the your regular screening, especially we women, you do pap smear and so forth, checking how your ovaries or your uterine works, um, is is more treatable when it is diagnosed early. Hence,
Mm-hmm.
why I'm creating this early awareness for early diagnosis and prevention. Because studies have shown when most cases when you diagnose PCOS at its latent stage, it exhibit more complicated condition on the later half of it. So with early diagnosis, so you're getting your regular screening, your pap smear done, you're eating healthy, you're exercising to manage your weight and so forth. Those are early signs and early intervention that will manage those conditions.
Okay. So here, if some listeners think that they have or may suffer from PCOS, for example, irregular periods,
Hmm.
persistent acne, unwanted hair, do you think they should go see a healthcare or the healthcare provider or just willy-nilly say that will go away?
No, they should seek medical attention. Because sometimes, yes, you're experiencing those symptoms, but when you go to the doctor, realize that those symptoms you're experiencing, you might categorize it as something that is minor, but after they do their tests and the test and so forth, you're experiencing something that is way more than what you expected. So for early recognition and diagnosis, always visit a healthcare professional where you could further understand what is happening to your body or where your health lies.
I
But
know you have to run. So, go ahead.
I just want to ask one thing here. So because I knew of a young lady at one time. Every time that young lady period came about, Claire, I used to feel sorry for myself. And then you do expect ladies to have like a belly pain and thing, but she used to like lay down on the ground and roll from one end to another and all sorts of it was intense pain. So are you saying that really not supposed to be? If something like that is happening, then that person need to really check. Because to me, I get the impression based on what you said earlier, that is not normal.
No.
Is that really so?
Yes, you're correct.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, Nicola, I know your time is kind of limited with us this morning. Any final words for women who are listening and suspect they may have PCOS or feel alone in dealing with it?
Yes. Um, Early recognition. We as women through our circle and pretty much well internet and diaspora, we should that our health is our wealth. And we go through a phase where our health supposed to be prioritized or something that should be prioritized. So early diagnosis, prevention, your yearly checkup to ensure that you understand what is happening to your body is crucial and it's very much important. And we should always be our partner keepers. So create this cozy corner with your relatives, your colleagues, so that you all could have this chit chat or where you could express or voice your expression regarding to hormonal health or women's health in general. And yeah,
But are you planning to go around and have more sessions as what you had to engage the men as to make them aware that women that go through that how to cope with? Because
y-
something like that, I mean, I would believe it will be very much welcoming in other.
yes. So I started that journey where I tend to educate more men. I started in my community, which is Paradise, and I intend to do more health sessions like this. I also have with three other of my nurses that's on board, we're creating an organization called Nurses on a Mission, where we tend to advocate for not just women's hormonal issues, but venture off into health issues in Grenada. So we do health educations, raise awareness, or health fairs, or community outreach be able to deliver education to people in the public so that they're knowledgeable of where their health lies.
Oh yes, girl, you just give me some goosebumps. Yeah, I'm loving to hear.
So,
When you're educated, I that's my aim, and I always say that we
Yeah,
as Ghanaians or people in general, when we educated about something, we speak confidently about it, or we just be our most confident self. So I think if education is a key factor in and on that when you're educated about something, you have a wealth of knowledge where you're able to explain to persons or even have a better understanding of it. So education is very much important for me as a person.
great, great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay. So, we have been on the heavy side dealing with the mental health, the health issue of women.
Yes.
Now you are the St. Andrews delegate for 2026 Carnival Queen. So Queen us up, tell us.
yeah. We cannot escape from that. It's unbelievable. How are preparations going?
Preparation great so far. It feels like a roller coaster sometimes, to be honest, with my profession, tying in my profession with pageantry and still my personal life, having to have a good time management with it and being consistent with doing those. So those areas are two demanding fields. My profession, I prioritize my people, and I love the care that I deliver towards the persons within my community. So it's been, I feel as though it's a roller coaster, but overall it's great. It's been a great experience. I've seen improvement, not just only in my public speaking skills, but in ways in which I carry out my day-to-day life and conversation that I have with people on a whole. Because I have more people coming within my community center. I worked at the Grandlands District Medical Center, and with my patients coming on a daily and them from finding out that, hey, this is our queen, our representative, it brings more joy delivering care. Because when they come to the clinic, it's like, oh, I'm going by my queen,
Of
or I'm going by.
course.
So it just brings a lot of joy delivering that service and still have that journey that gives me that drive that other people or my patients who I take care of is looking forward to me being great or being the best person throughout this pageantry.
Well, let me be the first to say, in my book,
Yeah.
you already crowned queen. You are. Congratulations. I don't know where it's gonna go, but your start is already making me feel good about you.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so very much for taking the time off to come and talk to us today on PCOS.
Yeah.
But we know that you have better things coming your way. You're very articulate. You're mild. You got a great smile. So,
Thank
girl, I salute you.
thank
Queen
you
of
very
St. Andrews.
Yes, Nicola, I realize you're a very, very smart and intelligent young lady. And even just the initiative you took, you knew that's one way of growing in confidence, having to face the media and everything. So, and knowing that you will be on the stage, you're very smart young lady. That's what I realized about you. That's the first thing I realized about you.
much.
Because it will only do good, yeah, boosting your confidence going into that competition, that's for sure. Secondly, I know you will have to come up against my patrician girl, who is Naomi Moore. And if she can't win, I will say let Nicola win. So
There
you
you
have
go.
yeah,
Before you
trust me.
leave, there are a number that we can share with the public for women who think they're going through PCOS and they want to call to talk to someone.
Okay. We haven't have a hotline in which you can reach out to call. But we have my page, which is active now, and the Nurses on a Mission page is still in the process of launching, and we intend to launch it before the end of this month. So you could go on to Miss St. Andrew 2026. You could send a message, and we take it from there. Because my team still involve my nurses and so forth. So we have that good rapport when in terms of service, because pageantry on a whole is like you delivering a service to the people. You're delivering a service to young girls who look up to you as a professional, wants to get venture into that field as well. So I see everything as service, me delivering a service. So you could go onto my page on Instagram, Miss St. Andrew 20. You can go on and shoot a message, and we'll take it from there and direct you as the areas in which you could go or how well we could assist you. We even have, I even in collab. Oh, why did I forget that? In collaboration with CARICO, which is an alliance that deals with the Caribbean and people of the diaspora, that provides mental counseling, advising, advisory stuff, and so, referrals to persons that suffer from depression, mental issues, or wish to speak to those persons. You can head on to CARICO is CARICOPE. They're on Instagram and Facebook. You can reach out to them. There is psychologists, counselors available that willing to deliver their service to you guys. To the
Well, when you get to be the queen or the queen of St. Andrew, you can come back to Take Five program, the mental health program, and tell us how it went for you, how the stages that you go through to make it to the queen of St. Andrew, and also the queen of PCOS. So we're dealing with two queens. Please come back to talk to us again when you have a moment.
Yes, I
So,
will.
Claire,
Thank you very much.
finally, I would like to say to the young lady, I would like to wish you the very, very best in your endeavors approaching the Carnival Queen contestant competition. I just wish you all the best. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you
All
for
right.
the
And
opportunity.
folks, there you have it, Miss Nicolette Thomas, delegate of the St. Andrew Queen for 2026 Carnival. Take care, honey. We'll chat.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So, Jester, there we have it.
Yes.
Well, let's take a
Yes.
quick break and we'll come back.
All right. So.
For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463. Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. WeNoise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions.
Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473 418 1845. Sugar's Repair Services.
Oh,
Wait, what?
welcome back, listeners and viewers, to this very unique program indeed, entitled Take 5.
Come take 5, you're in the
Just a reminder that it's Tuesday, the 16th of June, 2026.
let the sunlight,
Go call a friend.
peace and hope you're sure to find.
Call someone. Tell them CJ and Jester
With CJ,
shaking up the airwaves
talking truth and
on this podcast show.
every Tuesday, 10 to noon.
As we welcome you back. Oh, this young lady, I really like this young lady, you know.
Oh, yes, it's just
Something
awesome
about-
young lady.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
And of course, I really would like to wish her all the best, you know, as
Yeah.
she get ready to contest for the Queen's title for the year 2026. That is the Carnival Queen title.
You
Yeah.
know, she said something just
Mm-hmm.
and I said, okay. So, you know, she said it taught her time management. You know, this is what stuck with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you get that, once time is involved.
I'm like, way to go. Because the thing is, we all have time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. But a lot of
Yeah.
us do not know how to manage it. And we end up going late everywhere. And then you hear, oh, it's Caribbean time. It's Grenada time. It is that time. And you know how you go. But when she said about time management, that says, you go, girl. So that means she's always on time to go to work now, to whatever appointment she has, whatever she has to do, on time.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
So you should take a page from a book, Jester.
Say that again.
Take a page from her book.
I've already done that a long time ago. Claire, let's be honest. From the time you've been over, are you been having any difficulty with me and time?
You seriously asking me that question?
Asking you seriously and be honest in your answer.
Okay.
If you're
I have
honest
to
in your-
say, you have been trying. You really have been trying, but you're not there yet.
Claire, stop it.
When I tell you to show up somewhere 9:30 and you come 9:45, that is not time for me. You went over it. So you have some more
Girl,
work to do.
Why you don't just be able to say,
But you
Yeah.
said about telling the truth, you have to behave myself.
you have to behave yourself with that? Like, seriously.
So let me take the opportunity to say good morning to those of us who are online. Chancey Gamer 97, SBW, Leslie Nicholas. We have Carol Belfon. We have Antonia Francois. We have Faithlin Halley Douglas.
Oh,
The
yeah,
movie
she
star.
entered the class late.
Yes,
Faith-
she entered class late. She too has time management.
We have to discipline her. What is it? Yeah, we have a detention.
Detention too mild.
Oh, gosh.
And our dear friend Leslie Nicholas is online, as we know.
Yeah.
We have Miss our friend Aito today. I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
But
I told you
Jester,
this- Hey.
you realize a lot of women's stuff is coming into the forefront these days, huh?
Yes. You know, I must applaud women. They are taking the lead in quite a lot of things, as you can see. And that is just the harsh reality. It's not a matter of trying to bash men, but women have been really stepping up to the plate in many regards. I must admit that. And if you're really being honest with yourself and you take a look around, you will see exactly what I'm seeing. Yeah, I say no more.
Yeah, it is true. In the word of Mr. Pear, when all the young men and them sit down on the side of the road, smoking marijuana and talking crap, the women are in their books and they get up and they're doing things. They're planting in their backyard, they're doing all kinds of things because it's a means of survival.
Yeah.
And then you all come in and say at the end of it, oh, she don't treat me right. Oh, she and this. But you're not even treating yourself right. Because if you were, you want to get up and get.
You know, and a few years ago, that Calypsonian, Raphael Johnson, that's the cricketer, he did a song, Where the Young Men Gone. It was a very powerful song. And still, I don't believe that really, really wake them up as they really should. You know.
Well, yeah, they should wake up soon. Because you see, these are the things that brings a lot of animosity in relationship for one and worldwide. You're hearing men saying, oh, women, they think they're better than us. They want to take the lead in everything. But you all are causing us to take the lead because you are laid back. You're not doing anything to help the situation. So we have to take it in our hand, take it upon ourselves, as they say, grab the bull by his horn and move on. And unless you all don't wake up and smell the coffee, it's always going to be you lagging behind women. But I was saying, a lot of things that are taking place right now with women, it is coming to the forefront. Like last week, we spoke about menopause. And like I said, it's a global thing now. I was reading something the other day. You know, Shania Twain that sings "You Hadn't Impressed Me Much" and so all that.
Mm-hmm.
She's going through menopause and it's like she's going bat crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a thing that a lot of people are going through right now and talking about it. They're coming out and talk about it. It is no longer a stigma. It is real. It is happening. And now we're talking about PCOS.
Yeah.
That the nurse came and she said the damage, the advantages and the disadvantages of what it can do to our bodies mentally and emotionally. And just it is not something that, as you said, you talk about that young woman that used to roll all over the floor and all this kind of thing. This is, to my thing, she might be suffering from endometriosis because, as she said, it is outside the uterus. And let me tell you, when you have the what do you call it, the space where it has to travel, the blood has to travel through, it is as small as a straw. And imagine blood has to push through that to come forward. That's why it creates all the pain that you see a lot of people are bending over with.
Okay.
So it is not something that you say, oh, you're in pain, take 2 Tylenol and it'll be fine. No. And a lot of women that are suffering from this endometriosis, most of them do not have children. And if they ever get pregnant, they might only happen to have 1 child or none at all.
Listeners, I know that the number is flashing across your screen, but let me just mention it still. It's 404-1189. You can hit those digits so you can just be part of the conversation. You probably would have heard the young Nicola this morning, right? And you probably might want to, chime in a bit, make some comments or so. You're welcome.
Yeah, use the opportunity to call and ask questions.
Yeah.
I think I remember a lot of what she says, and I do have research on it. So we can talk about it. As Jester just gave the number, please call. Man as well as woman. Because when a woman is going through that, Jester, men suffers also. It is not just me or just not the other woman, or men suffer also. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of men that are in relationship with women, and they're looking for a child or they're looking for children, not understanding the situation of PCOS or endocrine, as she said.
Yeah.
Not understanding that. And as time goes on and they are married and they're not having any children, they're starting to think, well, she must be barren. I married her and I want children and I can't have children. So now this is where the communication comes in again, where you have to go to see the doctor with your wife for them to explain what is going on after when they do tests and all that. Because a lot of us do not know what's going on in our body, Jester.
Yeah, that's true.
Until things pop up. And then we get to know that this is part of what we are going through. The research says that sometimes 6 to 8 years just somebody do not have their period. 6 to 8 years,
Can you imagine?
No. Sorry. They may have 6 to 8 periods for a year.
Right. Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
6 to 8 periods a year. So, and we know it's a monthly something. So if you are in a relationship and your wife says, okay, I didn't have my period for this and that time, something should go off in your head and say, let's go and see what's going on. Because it's not normal for you to have 6 to 8 periods per year.
Yeah.
So it's something that we have to look into. And then for a lot of us women that stigmatize us women when we do not have a child, and when you think we should have a child, and say that we are barren, think the way you think now. Rethink your thinking, because your math is not matching.
Okay. I kind of I really feel that I could have children before marriage. Serious.
Explain.
Because I've seen it happen already where people go ahead, did not have children, go ahead and married, and when they realize they couldn't have children, that will create a breakup in the marriage. I've seen that kind of thing happen.
So, okay, I understand what you're saying. But let me tell you this.
So that might be a topic.
No, we're talking about sometimes the problem is not the woman's problem.
Sometimes I do agree.
So, so if they're looking at it as though we are the problem, both of us need to go to the doctor. Because there are a lot of men that have low sperm counts and and they can't have children also, but the first person they blame is the wife.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. So I personally, if I'm as a young man, like being like young couples, I don't know. For me personally, my philosophy is test the waters first. Like for me, just that Noel speaking here on his own, and I saying it unapologetically.
Okay.
If later on in your life, right, after you have children and you meet someone else, and or they probably would have had children already, it's okay. But if I never imagine I never had children yet, and then just no man, I had to test the waters first. That is me.
Okay, but again, testing the waters first does not mean that I'm the one that cannot get pregnant.
Yeah, well, I understand because I also known of situation whereby couples been together for years and nothing happened where making children is concerned, and then they find different partners, and then, for instance, the woman get pregnant. I know of situations like that.
So it was not our fault.
Like the matchup is not.
It's not compatible.
Yeah.
Let me say good morning to Cabrino Philip. Hope all is well. So Justin, let's do a recap on what Miss Thomas spoke about this morning. The 3 things that a woman should wave red flag in front of a woman is irregular periods, excess androgens, and polycystic ovaries. Now, as I asked her this morning, cystic ovary and polycystic ovary. Well, poly means more than one,
Okay.
So sometimes you have a cyst on your ovary or you have a cyst in your breast and it's just one cyst. When it says poly, that means you have a few of them well enough.
Okay.
That is going to cause you to be in the situation that we're talking about this morning. So it causes you to have irregular periods. Then it causes you to have acne, excess hair growth. And excess hair growth does not mean it's on your head. Eh? You're having chin hair, you're having chest hair, you're having mustache, and all this kind of stuff. Because you're producing testosterone, or you have more than the estrogen that a woman is supposed to. So you're getting more of the male
Yes.
how do you call that again? Enzymes, hormones than what we should have. So if you're a woman and you start seeing this and your periods are not regular, that is the first sign for you to visit a doctor. And if you have your period and it's extremely, extremely painful, that's another sign to go see the doctor. Don't sit there and say to yourself, oh, no, it's just going to pass by. It's just for 4 to 5 days.
I don't think it's normal.
No, it is not normal. The longer you leave it, the worse it becomes. And if you happen to become pregnant, you're looking at chances are you may have a miscarriage because you have polycystic ovary. So it's a lot for us to take in as women. And as she said, she's educating the men so that they would be able to give their wife also support when they're going through this.
Yeah.
She also talks about the how you call it again, the thinning of the hair. So once your hair start getting thin, chances are it drops off, right? Because the hormones that you're producing is not working with you. It's a serious thing, Justin.
Women have to go through a lot, boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they said when you are obese, PCOS or POMOS or endocrine, it's worse. Because when you're obese, like your fat cells are kind of covering up the things and you cannot really see what's really going on. So it hinders the cure for you. And there's no cure for it, per se.
Yeah.
But you can take things like metformin, and she's talk about other things that could help you manage it.
What was one of the main things she make mention of? Or one of the things that would be main there? Something you love. Exercising.
Oh, yes. I was coming to that. You got to move.
Yeah.
And just so you and I were talking about it yesterday or the day before. Or you went and walked out in the park.
Oh, yeah.
And you were telling me how you start feeling good.
Yeah.
And exercise is the key. You don't have to go walk out in a gym. You don't have to do anything rigorous. If you like to skip, just a few minutes of skipping a day, that works your whole body. If you could swim, you go swimming. That's another healthy way of exercising. You can walk. You can do aerobics. There's so many things that you can do.
So somebody like Fit Lynn, so she walks the garden a lot. So
it's an exercise. She downsizing.
Yeah.
So she's moving. Once you're moving, because everybody says, and not everybody, a lot of people say, oh, I am eating healthy. And kudos to you for that. But honey, you got to marry it. Exercise and eating healthy is the key to survival.
Yeah. You got to check yourself and know your bodies, and you know what to feed it. Yeah.
And she even said that with the PCOS or the endocrine, it can make you not feel like eating, or you might be anorexic. You eat, you puke, or you bulimic or something like that, because you're not interested in food. So that's another hard side effects of that. Where are my women? I need you to call 404-1189. Lorna is not on as yet because she had to check God this morning, and I'm sure we'll get her call. Leslie, give us a call. Faith Minali Douglas. Gloria Francois, give us a call. We're all in this together. We as women, we need to know what is going on with our body and how to fight what is taking place with it. Right? So when it talks about the here and the other hard part of a Jester, these things that we're going through with this PCOS, endocrine or PMOS, type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
We have to wake up where that one is concerned. Because we as Black people, we're all diagnosed with, how you call that, pre-diabetes. You go to the doctor and tell you are on the borderline. So imagine we are already there and we are attacked with this. What do you think is going to happen? And when diabetes comes, it is a next lifestyle you have to change,
Yeah, diabetes is a dread thing.
It is.
Yeah. In some instances, you really can't get away from it in a sense, because if it comes through heredity,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But some people, because of their lifestyle, they allow it to come onto them because of their lifestyle, and so you should actually kind of change your lifestyle so as to avoid it happening. In cases where you don't have a choice, what you try and if you come down with it, then you try and manage it as much as possible. 'Cause I knew of a lady that was in the Ministry of Education when I used to be doing electrical maintenance back then. And when the lady told me how much years, right, she had diabetes, I could have never believed it. I'm telling you. Because when you look at her, you could never tell that it's somebody that suffers with diabetes.
Because she's managing it.
Manages it to a T.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. You have to manage it because it's not going to go away. It only gets worse if you leave it just on the wayside. You got to manage it. As I said, eating sugar do not give you diabetes. It helps lift whatever it is that causes you to go the insulin and all that stuff. But once you know that you have it, this is where it comes into play. Proper management, taking care of yourself, doing the things that you know you have to so that it would not bombard you.
Oh, yes.
You got to eat healthy. You got to exercise. And you don't start and stop because it is not stopping. It is not waiting for you to catch up. It is there. It already served you the sermon that I am here. I'm not going away. You are in my jail. So for you to not be sentenced totally, you got to manage your diabetes, what you have. It is not going to go away.
No, it wouldn't go. You have to be able to manage it.
Management is key.
Yeah. And it takes great discipline in doing so, because a lot of the time, sometimes your body really crave for the things that you really shouldn't consume in a certain proportion. And that's what does really fail some people, or they fail with that kind of approach, because they tend to follow the cravings at times and go overboard, and that usually be a problem.
Yeah, discipline. You got to be disciplined. You always hear me say, I do discipline and determination. You got to have those two to manage whatever it is that you're going through in your life. Because you can have watermelon, but you cannot have a whole, you can't have half a watermelon and think that it's going to be okay. You can have cake. You can have sweet things, all in moderation and knowing what your body can handle. But if you decide that you're sitting down and eating a whole cake and say, come what may, I already have it, you are going on a deep slope.
Yeah, because come to think about it, yeah, sometimes when you are suffering with diabetes, there are times that your sugar, imagine, your sugar goes to low at times, and it takes something sweet for it to
to bring
really
it
help
back up.
you back, you know?
So it's like playing Russian roulette with you.
Yeah. So,
But you have to be disciplined, and you have to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Because as you say, that lady that works in the
yeah.
ministry, and you didn't know she have it.
And that time the lady have diabetes at 20 something years, you know, Claire.
Yeah, but she's managing it. And that's it. If you manage things properly, you will be okay.
Yeah.
What it says here, the ovaries of women with PCOS or PCOS may contain many small follicles that do not go on to ovulate an egg each every month. So most months you're not going to make an egg and you cannot ovulate because you have the polycystic ovary. It says these follicles fail to develop normally because of the hormonal imbalances in PCOS. Because the ovaries do not grow and ovulate an egg each month, women with PCOS may also experience difficulty getting pregnant, as we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
And it says obesity is also common in women with PCOS. And here's that percentage, Jester. Up to 50 to 60% of women with PCOS are obese. That's a high number,
Yeah.
50 to
And because
60%.
is it because of the irregularities of the hormones being produced.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you're obese, it worsened. It
Yeah.
doesn't get better. So
Yeah. And
when
I also remember she's saying because these type of women, they don't the food they eat, it don't go through the normal process of breaking down.
right.
Yeah. So that, I could understand why. Yeah.
So when somebody said to you as a good friend, you need to lose a couple pounds, don't take it in a way that she's making me feel bad or I'm fat or anything of that sort. No, there is advantages towards to that.
But I hear a lot of people already who went to the doctor, and quite a lot of them. One of the first recommendation the doctor always said to them, they have to drop weight.
Drop a couple pounds, he says.
That usually be a recommendation coming from the doctor, especially people that go with knee problems and all. Yeah.
Because let me
Yeah.
tell you, when you have weight, your poor knees suffers because you carry all the weight there. Going upstairs is easier when you have knee problem. Coming down is deadly. And that's why the doctor always say to you, lose a couple pounds, drop a couple pounds so that your knee is not going to suffer. So if you're mad at the doctor, don't be mad at the doctor. Mad at yourself because he's giving you the advice to make you more healthy, that you can control whatever it is that you're going through.
Yeah. So obviously, when you come to think about it, Claire, imagine like in your formative years, you have your normal weight, right?
What is your normal weight?
Well, for me, I would always remember my normal weight to have been what 165. That was always my normal weight, even when I'm playing football and my fittest point. Right? And later on in life, when you go all about, because at one time I was weighing like 180, 181.
And
You
that's
know,
heavy
coming
compared
close.
to what yeah.
So it's obviously now this excess weight would affect your joints, pressure on your cartilage and all them things. And them. Yeah. So I think that is easy to understand. That's quite easy to understand. Yeah.
So when I was 23 years old, I was weighing 116 pounds. When I was 25 years old, I was weighing 128 pounds. And I borderline between those two. A couple months ago, I was 130 pounds at my senior citizen age. So, so I haven't been doing badly, and that's because I've keep moving. So
Yeah.
you can manage it. You can make yourself a certain way and stay that way due to eating healthy and movement. And there's nothing stopping you, and it's not hard. Let me see. Let me back up. To many of us, it is not very hard to lose the weight. It comes in easy, and some of the time it's hard to go. But many of us loses it by doing two things. Jester, the number one thing to make someone lose weight is proper sleep. A lot of people don't know and they don't take that into consideration. So when you hear me say I'm going to bed 7:30 at night, there's a reason why my body does that. Because the cortisol in
That
our
might work
belly.
but for some others,
Well,
that is
yes,
kind
but
of predictable.
yes, but sleep time is important.
I agree.
And if you go to bed at a certain time and you get your 7 to 8 hours sleep, let's say 6, 7, 8 hours, you are keeping yourself at a pace where your cortisol level doesn't go up and give you this big bloated stomach. So sleep is important. Eating healthy is just as important. And movement is the key to
Yeah.
support the sleep and the eating healthy. If you have those three and you take those three seriously, you can drop any amount of pounds you want.
Yeah, it's
Any amount.
important. It is important. Once you want to drop weight, doing the exercises are very important. However, um, if you want to go and do, let's say you're going to do your exercise this afternoon, Claire, you go 4 to 6, and then by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you're eating a big half in a bucket of Kentucky, and then you go to bed,
Won't work.
and then and then in the morning when you get up, before you know it, you're drinking a big glass of ice cream. You're actually defeating the purpose. Obviously, you're defeating the purpose.
I am going
It
to say
wouldn't work
something,
like that.
and it's not me that say it. It is out there, and I'll show you hear it too. There are people that used to go to the SSU boot camp. They're
Yeah.
working out as hard as ever. When you see them, they're sweating bullets everywhere in their sweat. What they do, they go home, they have a beer, they go, but they stop over by Kentucky, as you say, they eat a hamburger, they eat the whatever. Is that helping you to keep the weight off?
No. That's what I'm saying. This sort of practice.
Defeating the purpose.
Yeah, obviously.
You're supposed to set a time. When is your cutoff for eating? Mine is 7. After 7 o'clock, water or a cup of tea. If you have a fruit or you have a smoothie that is a green smoothie, you can have that. But the full metal jacket of a full plate of food, nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to bed with a heavy stomach and your organs has to work harder to break down that for when you wake up in the morning again.
Yeah, well,
And when you're suffering from PCOS, that plays a big part in the negative part of it.
certain things work different for certain people.
That's true too.
According to how they adapt in doing it. For example, me, when I rise in the morning, first thing I'll do is go down on my knees and
say
acknowledge
thank you to
them.
the great I am.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'll do. After that, I'll brush my teeth, and if I choose to sit up and joke up the television, look for some news, but then going in the park is what I'll do after. So at some point in time in the morning, I'll go to the park. When I come back, I'll look to drink a hot cup of hub, and my hub varies. I don't always use one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I'll look to have fruits, some form of fruit. Yeah. So I don't really eat breakfast in them kind of way normally as how people will do.
Mm-hmm.
I use fruits. Yeah.
Okay.
And even eating lunch, my time for eating lunch might fall all the way like around 2, 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
There about an afternoon time. And then I'll go about, move about. And then if I on a night time, I may eat something depending on how I feel. It
Mm-hmm.
depends. I wouldn't say I wouldn't eat at all, depending on how I feel. And apart from that, I have my water. I drink a lot of water. Try to drink as much water as possible, even if I
Mm-hmm.
drink fruits in between. But I am somebody that I drink a lot of water. That's for sure. A lot of water. And that's how I go about.
Like you said, different things work for different people. I cannot go without breakfast. I'll be as weak as ever. So I have to have breakfast. And then lunch for me might be about 4 o'clock in the evening. I
And
normally
yes,
have 2 meals a day.
right. So you and I lunchtime is actually falling kind of close by.
Yeah, two
The
meals
thing
a day.
is,
So when I have breakfast, for the rest of the time in between, I supplement with water. I drink a lot of water too. I am not a fruit person. I don't just pick up fruit and eat. I'll blend it and make a smoothie.
yeah.
But my thing, 4 o'clock, I could eat a horse and chase the rider because I'm really hungry by then. But what I do, I try to have a solid meal, solid breakfast, the solid 4 o'clock, and after that I could just nibble on whatever it is. And I think that has caused me not to put on as much weight as people will think that you're always slim and so. But I do stuff to keep me that way.
Because when I come to think about it, Claire, based on how our cultural practice here of having breakfast and lunch, when you come to really think about it, it's close by,
Hmm.
It's kind of close,
Yeah, you had breakfast
That's,
about 10, 12
or
o'clock. You're having lunch.
even if it's 8, 9, and then
Hmm.
lunchtime is just around 12
4
o'clock.
hours.
And depending, sometimes the kind of breakfast you eat, it's kind of heavy, but because you are accustomed to the kind of culture,
The
is
three
like,
meals per day.
yeah, yeah. So that is why I don't really like eat this normal breakfast in this kind of way, Yeah.
My dear son, the tall, long one,
Yeah.
he doesn't eat lunch.
You don't eat lunch.
No.
You say you dropped the weight quite nicely.
Oh yes, that he
Yeah,
look at his mother.
yeah. Dropped the weight quite nicely. You have to say no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he don't eat lunch. I know he has breakfast at home. He walks. If you notice, you ever see him stop by and eat lunch? He goes to Mr. Pierre in his the studio at 12. He's
yeah.
there from 1 to 3. He goes home and then he has dinner. So
Right.
he's on a regimented diet, and he's
He
been doing that for
behaving,
years.
he behaving like them English people, Them
Huh?
English. He behaving like them English people, right? Them
English
English.
people don't have lunch.
No, no, them English people and them don't normally have lunch in them kind of way, so. And I've known that like growing up with CJ, that people that came from England and we always feel that they will have the same kind of eating patterns as what we are accustomed to. And I remember them used to say, no, they don't really eat like that in them kind of way. They will have something
They
later
have no,
on.
they have liquid lunch. Believe me when I tell you, liquid lunch they having. They're gonna drink a beer. They're gonna have a Guinness. They're going in the pub, but they're not going home and have the kind of lunch hour that we have. And just so we eat so heavy.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you, I make an oath to myself. I'm having all down once a year. No
No,
more.
I could have, I always see, you always hear me say, I could afford to eat all along once quarterly.
No,
And
once a
I've
year.
seen some of
This
that.
thing sits in my stomach like a stone. And if I have all down, I'm not eating food for the rest of the day or anything because it's there. It's not digesting properly. And something I've noticed, Jester, that if you're a healthy eater and you break rank, you don't feel well until that stuff leave your stomach, or leave
Mm-hmm.
your body totally.
I understand what you say. Because clearly, way some people cook oil down, I mean that is just too much grease. Just too much grease.
Yes.
Yeah.
So imagine if you're suffering from PCOS and you do not know, and you top it up with all this food that we are eating, it only makes it worse. So
Yep.
we have to be really, really careful as to how we take care of our body as women,
It's
and
6 minutes.
find yourself to a doctor.
No, I was just saying it's 6 minutes
Yeah.
on today.
Find yourself to a doctor's place, get your test done, and make sure that you're okay. Because if you leave it go on for too long and you're planning to be married, to have a baby, and it's going to be too late when you catch yourself.
Yeah, so to all our listeners and viewers who may have their daughters, their nieces, that is something that they need
They're
to
best friends.
take into consideration. Yeah, I guess you all would have learned something new here today, regarding the irregularities of young ladies having the period. So it's not something to take lightly, based on what you see happening.
Yeah.
So please
Yeah.
be guided accordingly.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to go to the doctor and to get diagnosed. Because sometimes, just a lot of the times, we are misdiagnosed with things that we are going through. And
Yeah.
then when you catch yourselves, it is too late. And if you go to one doctor for something that is bothering you, and you feel that you did not get the answer that you need, do not be afraid to get a second opinion. It is your right to
But
do
I
that.
think that is always advisable.
But not many of us takes it, because sometimes we have a doctor and we go to the doctor and he says to you, oh, nothing wrong, everything is fine. But at the same time, you're not feeling that everything is right. And because it's your doctor that says that to you, you just accept it. No, get a second opinion. That is sometimes the only way you could save yourself. So,
Good morning, Leslie Nicholas. You're on the call.
yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nico is
So, just
here.
it is 3 minutes to the hour of noon. It was so good this morning having a different voice than ours to start off the day.
It
And
was
it was
really
very educational. And we
very.
want to wish the young lady, all the best in her drive
I
to be
highly
the
commend her.
queen of St.
Yeah.
Andrew. And for her to take that stance, to bring to the forefront, to talk to men in regards of what we as women go through, I take my hat off to her.
Oh,
More
yes.
of us should take on that and talk about things that we can make men knowledgeable about the things that we as women go through without being accused.
Yep. Yep.
So Jester,
What a
I'm
program.
putting it in your lane also to talk
Mhm.
to your brothers, because you are there and you're getting all the education as to what we are going through on this program that we talk about every Tuesday. So just share it.
And while going through these programs, especially for the past last week and even today,
Mm-hmm.
you're realizing that women in our society should become much more cared for based on their vulnerabilities in certain regards. Yeah, I come to realize it more and more. I hope other men are realizing the same. Yes, sometimes they do have a little stubbornness and they just kind of frustrate us sometimes, but I think, yeah, we have to try to exercise some patience and just what they have to go through. And women have to go through a lot, even on a daily basis. I just think about it clear, like for a housewife having to cook every day, to find things to cook for the households on a daily basis, especially in our cultural practices of eating, how we feed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy for them to go through. we tend to take that for granted. But sometimes I ponder upon it, and I know, because first of all, our food, or what we have to put in the pot is very, very much limited in Grenada. It's very much limited, and having to do that 7 days per week, it's not easy. It's really not easy for housewives to find things to cook for house
And
for families, and that's just one instance of what they got to go through. And think about all the other things that we've been making mention of today and last week in our program here. So I mean, yeah, yeah,
as you said something about taking things for granted, taking us for granted. I've got a very good friend, and a couple of weeks ago, we were in the backyard, a whole bunch of us, and he called everybody outside and said, "I need to talk to all of you." So we were all in a circle, and then he says, "This is what I want to do. So this is why I bring you out here to say thanks to my wife." And he made everybody one by one talk about what they feel about her, how she treats them, and everything like that. And when it came to him, he said, "I would like to say sorry to you because I took you for granted. You did everything as a wife and a mother. You did it, and I look at it, but I never really paid attention to it until now. Because the last child is living the home, got married. That is the wedding that I went through.
yeah,
And Jester, I sat there and tears just came down my face. And you know why? I look at him and I said, it takes a real man to stand up in the presence of everybody and say sorry to his wife for taking her for granted.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I tell you, it touched me real hard. And the next day, he and I spoke. And I said to him, I said, what you did? I said, if you never gave her a gift in her life, that is the best gift you gave to her.
Mm-hmm.
And what he says, Claire, every morning we open a tap and we expect water to come out. And one day we go and we open the tap and there's no water. And our life feels like though we lost it, we have nothing.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Because people take us for granted. So to all men and women out there who takes your significant other for granted, stop it. Do a 180 and think about the things that they do for each other or we do for each other and appreciate it. And this is how I'm going to end today by saying thank you so very much for checking in with us and continue to share or to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We can only get better with your support. Thank you all.
Claire, let me just take the opportunity to thank our listeners and viewers for sacrificing the mid-morning time. I usually put it that way, because they could have been doing something else.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? And to sacrifice it for the program, that means so much for me. Claire, I thank you again, listeners and viewers. Let me just give a rundown of the fixture today. The World Cup at 3 o'clock. France and Senegal. Yeah.
Okay. Senegal is going to win.
From 6 o'clock, we have Iraq coming up against Norway. And then from 9 o'clock, Argentina, the defending champ.
Is Messi still playing?
Hey?
Messi?
Yeah.
Oh,
Messi.
I thought he retired,
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo is still there for Portugal.
Yeah, didn't you see do the cha-cha with Shakira?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And at 12, right? That's the next day. When the next day starts, we'll see Austria and Jordan.
Okay.
Up. So quite a lot of football. It's not too much for me, though.
It's football and more football.
Yeah.
All right.
Leslie Nicholas might be doing the same thing.
I guess.
Yeah.
It is 4 minutes after the hour of 12. Just it's time for us to mosey on.
Oh yes. So let me just the theme song, Claire.
Take 5, you're not alone.
Watch move.
CJ and Jester bring you home. It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health matters most. So coming close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. Strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. We got your back, you've got our word.
Hit it, Jester.
Take
Take
5
5 with
Take
CJ and
Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind.
So to all our lovely fans, we thank you once again.
Not alone. CJ.
Look to catch up with you next Tuesday, God's will.
We laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and light.
Where we'll endeavor to bring you another interesting program on the mental health show of Take 5.
Take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every
Tuesday, 10 to noon.
We're holding space
Just for you.
Your breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home.
At Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines.
Oh yes. So once again, Jester Noel, alongside me was Claire Joseph.
Oh, CJ.
Bye.
Bye,
Enjoy
everybody.
the rest of the week.